and we'll go ahead and get started. I have got everybody's name down. We're going to have something a little bit different. I'm going to try it. I don't know if it'll work or not, so we'll try it in a little bit, but we'll be kind of talking with each other on some of the items that we're talking about. So when we get to that point, it may work and it may not work. So we'll find out. Um, so we'll start with student services announcement. Brenda is working on a state report. So what she's not able to be on today, but she wanted me to let you guys know that she will be sending grades out to all of you the Tuesday after the semester ends, which would be December 22nd. And so if you're wondering when those grades will come to you, that's what she's shooting for, as long as all the instructors have grades submitted. And then she will also be sending out spring schedules for you guys really very soon. She's finalizing a few things. We've had some classes that have high enrollment, so they're having to add sections and some things like that. But she should be getting those spring schedules out to you within the next week, so that you have those. So if you have any questions for Brenda, if you want to type them in the chat, and I will make sure she gets them, and we'll make sure that she responds to those. So if you have anything that you need me to ask Brenda for you, if you want to type it in the chat, then I will let her know. Brian also is at another meeting all day today, so is not able to be here, but he wanted me to let you guys know that we're back to limiting our visits on campus because of the rise in COVID cases. So we're kind of limiting the number of what we're doing as far as people coming into our campus. However, he still is available to do the electronic visits, the tours, and being able to show campuses and those kind of things. Have virtual meetings with students to be able to show them what's available here on campus. And so if you have any questions for him, or if you have any need for him to come into your classes virtually, he's available to do that and has the capabilities of doing that. And so he's trying to reach out to each person to let them know that those are available. He's also, whatever you guys are doing for parent nights, most of those are probably over for the fall, but for the spring, if you need people to come into those parent nights virtually and talk about what's available for students, he is more than willing and capable to do that. So if you have any needs for any of those kind of things, let me know or let Brian Crouch know. Because like I said, we still have virtual means available to us to be able to meet with students, meet with parents, or whatever you guys need from us as far as that's concerned. Any questions or comments on that? Any needs that have cropped up that you're going, whoa, that's in January, that's in February, we need to get something set up along either one of those lines? Okay, I'm not seeing anything, so I'm assuming that we're good with that. Going on through, I am working on the statewide articulation agreements, and those are kind of what filter down to the dual credit options that we have, those kind of things. And so I am working on those, and we'll be sending out any information on those as I get those completed. If you guys have areas that you're going, I wonder how come they've never done this, or I wonder how come we've never done that, or we have a pathway that we'd like to put in effect, but we're looking for a statewide. If you guys let me know those kind of things, that gives me some kind of target areas to look at. Otherwise, what I do is I just go through all of the pathways and look for courses that we can match up with as far as statewide are concerned. And then that goes back to the dual credit items that we offer. So like I said, if you guys have specific areas that you're working on that you're going, I wonder how come Flint Hills hasn't done something with this, because that gives me headway as far as what to look for. I know some of you, and I sent out an email a week ago, or maybe the beginning of this week. Some of you didn't do dual credit enrollment at the beginning of the year because of all the stuff that was happening and all the craziness at the start of the year. If you're at this point and you're going, I really wish we would have done that, or I think we've settled down enough that our students could get the dual credit for those classes. If there's something that you want to still enroll your students in, if you'll let me know, we can still get those, get them enrolled so that they can get that dual credit. Remember, our current tech ed classes are completely free as far as dual credit is concerned. The general education courses, of course, we have to charge for, but our tech ed classes, if they're taking them for dual credit, or most of them if they're coming to campus, the only thing that we're charging them for are items that they are taking with them, books, those kind of things as well, is the only thing that we're charging for. So if you have, like I said, if you have some classes that at the beginning of the year you were going, nope, I don't think we want to do that right now, but now you're going, things are working out okay, I think we can go ahead and enroll them in dual credit. If you let me know, then we can get that taken care of. Questions about the statewide articulations or articulation agreements in general, dual credit, any of those kind of things? Okay, you guys are a quiet bunch today. Also on that front, just a reminder, we do have those 4 online programs, and then the online classes that I've sent. I think I've sent the list out the last 2 months. So if you have need for some of those online classes, we do have those available. All of our general education courses online are being offered. Enrollment is, in fact, in some of them, we're offering 2 sections of them. Our enrollment is pretty high in our general education online classes. So if you have students who for some reason aren't able to offer those English Comp 1, English Comp 2, general biology, those kind of things, the college level courses, and you have students that need those credits or could use those credits as they go on to their 4-year next year. In the spring, all of our general education courses will again be offered online. And then some of our courses, A and P, the didactic part is completely online. And then they come to campus one day a week, one evening a week to do the lab part of it. And so if you have need for any of those, just let me know. Or if you have a student that's looking down the road, wondering what they can do, let me know. But all of those will be available starting in the fall or starting in the spring. I'm getting my semesters mixed up. Questions about any of the online, how to do that, what do we have, any of those kind of questions? Okie dokie. CTE conference, and I don't know how many of you got this email, and now I'm trying to figure out what I did with the email. Maybe I closed it. I must have closed it. Let me bring that back up while I'm talking so you guys can see that email. Jamie Manhart, who is from Greenbush, most of you probably know Jamie, sent out an email as far as the CTE conference. And like I said, some of you probably already have gotten this email. If you presented last year, you've already gotten it. But what they're saying for the CT, they're doing it different. It's going to run, okay, that's awfully big. Let's go ahead and put it this way. I think it's easier to read that way. It's going to run the entire month of February. And so they're spreading them out through the entire month of February. They're going to be at different times of the day. They are going to be online. So what this email, and I will forward this to you guys, and I may already have, but I will forward it again because the deadline is coming up December 11th. What this is if you want to present during that month of February when they get, and I've not seen an overall schedule. I don't know if any of you guys have, but I've not seen an overall schedule of what their plan is. Because this is the last email that I got from them, and it's just saying that it's going to be offered the full month, different times during the day, and so they were asking for session proposals. And so I will forward this email to you in case you haven't got it, but the link is here. It is a Google form that you fill out if you want to present at that. Once they start talking about registration, then I will find out, because we will again pay for two of you, pay the registration. I guess we don't get to pay hotel or any of that kind of stuff this year, but we will still be paying registration for two people from each of our area schools to go to that. And so, but so far I've not gotten anything as far as registration or as far as how it's going to be set up, how they're going to run the conference. But I will forward this. Janelle, I know you have presented in the past. Have you gotten this email about presenting?
I have got it. I'm just debating
You
on
bet.
whether, I said I'm just debating on whether I want to or not.
It's a little bit different. I have presented for several conferences online, and it's a little bit different, but I'm getting more used to it. So it's a new challenge in our life, I guess, at this stage of the game. But I do know that they're looking for people, so I will go ahead and send this out to everybody. And like I said, if you've presented in the past, evidently everybody who has presented in the past is getting this request to be able to present. So you guys should, like I said, be watching for that. If you guys hear anything that maybe I'm not hearing, if you're at something else and you're hearing more information about the CT conference, you might let me know. But so far, I've not seen anything about registration. I've not seen anything about the setup of how the conference is going to be set up.
Okay,
Questions about?
oh, Kim, sorry, I'm interrupting. That's part of this video thing that I'm not good at, is I think people are done and they're really not. Um,
That's not a
so
problem.
I did see that they are doing the individual cost for registration, but they also have a district cost. So you can sign
Okay.
up your whole district. And I don't know, since Lebo and Waverly are one district, it might be cheaper for you guys to just sign us up as a district. So that might
Okay.
be
Do you know who that came from?
it came from Jamie, and I can try to find it and forward it to you.
Yeah, that would be great, because I have not, of course, I wouldn't receive an email like that, so I have not received anything, but I will also reach out to Jamie too and see maybe if she'll let us do it as a consortium. Probably not, but I'll go ahead and ask. But yeah, if you would forward that to, if you still have it,
Okay.
and forward that to me, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I still have it somewhere in one of my mini files.
Well, if it's in my email, my email is so I get so many emails every day that my email just keeps growing and growing and growing. At some point in time, I need to clean it out, but so far there's not been that extra time in the day to be able to do that. So yeah, if you have it, and it's handy, go ahead and send it to me. That would be awesome. Um, okay, and this, I guess I'm asking you guys for information on this. Um, they have at K-Board, some of the K-Board meetings, the Tech Ed Authority, some of those meetings, they've talked about a counselor group that is working on individual plans of study and how they're working and those kind of things. And there's been some talk about being able to fill in with the two-year college information. Do you guys have any information on this, or have you guys heard anything about this?
I may have heard something about this. This sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know.
Well,
Come on, people. You speak up. You're in the same boat as me. I know you are. Come on.
who's that? Jessica Woodrow is actually is subbing in a classroom, so she's going to be typing in messages, but she won't be talking because she's actually being a sub today. So um, I know several years ago, and I think it was ESDAC, but I'm not positive, really reached out to us as far as doing the plan where this is what you take your freshman year, this is what you take your sophomore year, and then your junior senior year. They were trying, we had to send in information, and they wanted us to do a pathway for each one of our programs. And I know I submitted like two or three of them, and then it kind of dropped and went by the wayside, and I really haven't heard anything more about it. But I don't know if that's what this is referring to or what. So you guys haven't heard anything about a counselor group that's working along these lines?
Yeah, I might have gotten an email on that. I don't know. It was one of those things. I think they started this earlier in the fall, and that was not a good time to start something new. And I probably just said, "Are you kidding me?" and put it in my file.
Okay, well, like I said, I haven't heard anything this year. Um, but as according to one of the groups that Steve is in, and he wasn't able to be on the meeting this morning either, there was talk about this. And so that's why we're reaching out to see is there something that you guys are hearing? Is there something that we should be doing? And so he wanted me to ask to see if you guys had heard anything. Crystal's typing something. Nope, she decided not to type anything. And like I said, I know this was talked about, oh, it's been probably 2 or 3 years ago. I know ASDEC was trying to get something started as far as the individual plans of study if a student wants to go into one of our programs. Awesome. Crystal, can you give us any more information? Can you can open up your mic if you want to and just talk if you want to, Crystal, but can you give us any more information on it or what is happening with that? Oh, okay. Um, is there anything, do you want to, would you rather email and I can include it in the minutes when I send the minutes out? Would that be easier for you? Or do you want to type in the chat box today, or what works for you? Okay. Am I on the right track in what I'm talking about? That kind of gives me an idea of at least where to kind of look for things at. Um, so I'll go ahead, when Crystal sends me information, I'll include it on this. And then maybe we can reach out again about this in January, when we have some more information and decide. Are you guys at your level using the IPSs? Raise your hand if you are, or make some comment, whatever works for you guys. Okay, I'm getting a lot of yeses. So let me ask this: if we did, and I can pull out those plans of study that we started with ASDEC, I think I still have them. If we did that with our programs, would that help you guys if you guys had those available to you? In other words, what they should take at the high school as they feed into what we're doing here at the college? Okay, good. Okay. So I will work on some of those. I'll start with some of the like automotive welding, some of the areas where we have a lot of high school students, and then kind of build on those. And I'll get one done and send it out to say, this is what you guys look for. Um, can somebody, I don't care who, or several would be great because that will give me more to look at. Can you send me a sample of what you guys have at your level so that I'm building on something that is, what I want to say, is something usable for you guys? I don't want to build something you guys are going, oh, okay, Kim, this isn't even close to what we need. So if somebody could send me a sample of what you guys are using at your level, so I'm building on something that is worthwhile for you guys, that would be awesome. So if a couple of you, some of you, all of you, want to send me something, that would be great. Okay, any more comments along those lines? Anything else? And Crystal, if you still want to send me information from the group, that would be great also. Okay, great. Anything else on that we need to talk about before we move on? Wait to see what Troy's typing. Hi, David. Thanks for joining us. I have enabled your mic.
Thanks for having me. I was on another appointment, but I'm sorry. I'm here now.
Anytime you can join is great. Awesome, Troy. Is there a way I could get a sample of that booklet, Troy? I'll let Troy go ahead and type while we visit about some of the other things that we have on here. I'm going to come back to the what. Okay, awesome. Why don't we go ahead? I think we have, okay, this may be interesting. I'm not sure if this is going to work or if this is not going to work. Thanks, Andrea. Thanks for stopping by. Do you need to say anything before you go? Okie dokie. Everybody say bye to Andrea. I wanted to give you guys some time to talk about, because I know we've got people from different parts. And I was just going to give you guys an opportunity if you have questions, problems that you're facing, that you're going, okay, this just isn't working for us. Does anybody else have a suggestion as far as the whole online, the hybrid, the we're here, we're not here, all of those kind of things? Is there anything that you guys would like to talk about, would like to ask the others questions about as far as getting information? Anything that you guys are facing that's like, okay, this is not working for us. Does anybody have a suggestion? So anything going on right now as far as the whole craziness that we're doing in education right now, the whole society right now, that you guys would like others' opinions on, or help on, or resources that you may need? Is there anything along those lines that you guys are looking at? Okay, I'm not seeing anything, so I guess we'll go ahead and move on. Like I said, know that if there's things like that come up that you're going, boy, I wish we would have talked about this in the meeting. If you let me know, I'll make sure I get it on like the next agenda so that we can talk about it, especially as we start a new semester next semester. Just let me know if there's things that you're going, boy, I wish we would have talked about this. I wish I would have known about this. Those kind of things. Just let me know. The Kansas Core Outcomes Group, this is the group that approves the courses that will transfer statewide. So these are the courses like your Comp 1, Comp 2, and now they've even gone into some of the tech ed classes that they approve. The group approves the outcomes for a course, and then that course is transferable across to the state universities and a lot of even the other colleges, so that students aren't having to retake classes that maybe they take with us, with you guys as dual credit courses, and then those courses will transfer. So they have gone through the first level improvement at KBOR, and then they will go, I think it's next month, which is actually next week because we're already in December, so it's next week sometime. Then they'll be approved by KBOR, and then they become part of the system. Marketing is one, so the introduction to marketing that we offer here and that some of you offer is dual credit. Intermediate algebra, which we offer as one of our remedial classes to be able to get into, what next year will be essentials math. Right now is tech math or college algebra. So the intermediate algebra is now a statewide articulated course. So if they take it here, then it moves on to other areas. And then some other courses that were approved, they're not ones that we offer here, but just so you know, there's 3 meteorology classes. There's one where it's a lecture lab class together, and then there's just a lecture class by itself and a lab class by itself. So there'll actually be 3 levels of meteorology. Criminal law, Old Testament, and children's lit were the other courses that they looked at. So those courses shortly will be on the list once they go through that final approval process. But they've gone through the KCOG system, they've gone through the first level of approval, and then they'll go on to the final approval with KBOR, and then they will become part of that system. And so that's beneficial for your students, also really beneficial for our students. And so now they'll start looking at what courses they'll look at next semester or next September, because that's usually when those meetings happen, is in September. OSHA 10 courses. Jeff wanted me to remind everybody that if you're interested, there will be one in January. Do I have the list of when the others are? I'll have to look it up and I'll add it into the minutes. But he's already doing enrollment for the OSHA 10 course that will be in January. And remember, the OSHA 10 course is completely online. Your students would be put in one of our Moodle classes that Jeff teaches. Jeff Devilbliss teaches. He's one of our power plant technology instructors. It is ran through the CareerSafe, and so it's probably the same program that you guys have seen. The difference is Jeff does it through Moodle, through CareerSafe. The students get an hour of college credit. They get their OSHA 10 certification card, and it's completely free for them. They also get the hour of college credit that's completely free for them. Used to be when we first started this, it was just OSHA 10. He has now been able to divide it into, like, he has one for culinary, one for construction. He still has the general one, and there's one other one that he can do through that system. So he can gear it towards your students and what your students need as far as that card. So if you have groups of students, we have some schools that the whole school does it. So if you have groups that would be interested in doing that, just let me know and we'll get it set up for you. But like I said, he already has, I think, 120 students ready to go for the January course. And so it's filling up pretty quick. And then we have 2 more throughout the spring semester that will be available for you guys. Other things. David, did you have anything from Kansas Works that you would like to tell the group about?
To be honest, I'm actually very new. So I was just more trying to listen and see what is happening and everything like that. Just trying to learn a bunch of stuff at once. So not really at this point in time.
So you're hitting the ground running. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. I hadn't seen your name before, so I wondered if you weren't new to the system. This group is all high school counselors. I'm also recording it, and it will go out to the counselors that weren't able to attend the meeting with everything going on right now. A lot of times the counselors aren't able to attend the meeting, so it will be sent out to them also. Um, Anything else from anybody else that we need to go over this morning? Any questions you guys have? Anything that you need from us? Joy's typing. Um, I am not sure if Jeff has access to that, Joy, but I will check with him and I will sure let you know. Like I said, I've not heard him say anything about OSHA 30, but I will ask him and then let you know if he has that available or if that's a possibility, and then we can go from there. You bet. Just a little bit on the COVID front for us, just to kind of keep you guys informed on what's happening here. So far, we have not had any real outbreaks here on campus. We've had several students that have had COVID, but it's not been directly linked to us, and so we've been safe, knock on wood, in that aspect. I think I think the highest we've been so far, we had 15 that were 15 students that were 15 students, 15 people that were positive at one time. Um, I don't know that Lisa has released the numbers of what we have right now. We have had some quarantining, but not because of what happened here, but what happened elsewhere. And so we've been real lucky. Lisa has done an awesome job of patrolling that, keeping track of that, going in and checking on everybody anytime anything comes up, just to make sure that everybody is safe. We did have to shut down the welding program for a couple of weeks because of COVID. They are back. They started back on Monday, and so everybody's back here on Monday. That was more because of what was involved, those kind of things. It wasn't necessarily that it spread on in welding. It was a matter of what was happening as far as welding is concerned. And then we've had one of our classes at the Garnett building that we had to put completely online for a couple of weeks because of quarantining issues. Other than that, those are really the only major problems, I guess that's the right word, that we've had. So our staff, our students have done a really good job of following the guidelines that Lisa set up to begin with, which has been very beneficial to our students, and you know, it's kept us here, kept us open, which is what we're working for. So hopefully that will continue into the new year. What we've made sure of is that we've let you guys know if it has involved any of your students. So we've tried to keep you guys informed as far as what's happening with COVID. So we are planning at this time to finish out the semester like we're doing right now. We're planning on starting the spring semester as we're doing right now. And hopefully things will stay under control to where we can do that. And we just ask if you guys have any issues at your school that may affect students here on campus, if you let us know. Lisa Carmer is our COVID person here on campus as far as students are concerned. So if you let Lisa Carmer, who is VP of Student Services, know, that really helps us out. That way we can track stuff up front instead of being surprised after the fact. So like I said, right now, keeping our fingers crossed, things are going okay for us, and we expect to continue in that vein. Any questions, any problems that you guys have seen as far as COVID, especially dealing with us as far as the tech college is concerned? Any questions you guys have as far as those things? I'm not seeing any questions or hearing any questions. And again, if there's anything that we can do for your guys' staff, you know, if we've got resources that you're going, boy, I wish we had that, and there's something that we can help you with as far as getting those things available, make sure you let us know. We're all in this together, good or bad. We're all in this together. So if there's things that, like I said, that you guys need, you know, online services that you guys need, any of that kind of stuff, if you let me know, we'll try to help you out with those kind of things. So any questions, anything else that you guys are wondering about, anything we can help you with right now? Okay. If not, we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Our next meeting, the first Wednesday in January, is actually January 6th, but I'm sure everybody is going to be knee deep in starting the spring semester. So I have postponed the January meeting until January 13th. And so that will be our next meeting. Planning right now for it to be online unless things change between now and then. I don't look for that to change that quickly. We have good news coming through the pipeline as far as vaccination, so hopefully that will get things a little bit more under control if they can get that started. They say they've already started them in Russia, so hopefully, fingers crossed again, that will be a positive in getting this under control and getting us a little bit back to normal. I really like meeting with you guys in person a lot better than meeting this way. So we'll go ahead and adjourn. And we'll see you guys all in January. Finish the school year strong. Stay safe.